In this video, I'm going to continue on working out midpoints of lines joining 2 points such as point A and point B. In this particular question, which is the third question in this series of questions I'm doing, I'm looking at A, which has got coordinates -4, 0, and B, which has got coordinates 8, -6. If I want to work out the midpoint of the line which is going from A to B, I'm not going to draw the picture, I'm going to straight into the calculation. This would be coordinates of the midpoint joining those two points together. The midpoint value would be the x-coordinate of A is -4, and I'm going to add to it the x-coordinate of B. Well, that's 8. So I add 8, and I share the answer by 2. Secondly, I take the y value of the first point, 0, and now I have to add to it the y value of the second point, which is -6. Now I could write down, if you just watch this here, 0 plus -6, like so. But if you know anything about negative numbers, if you're doing an add-up sum and you've got two signs in the middle like that, 0 plus -6, that is in effect the same as writing 0 minus 6. The two signs in the middle become the same as a minus. So when I'm doing this here, this is the thought process I would go through. I'd write down the y value of the first point, 0, and then I'd say, right, we need to combine that with a -6, and I just write down -6. That is the same as saying 0 add -6. It simplifies to that. Then I work out the average by sharing by 2. Next line, this is equal to, top line, -4 meets +8. The way that I work this through, I don't use a number line, although you could. I would say minuses have 4, pluses have 8. The pluses have more by 4, because they're different. So the pluses, if you like, win by 4, +4. And then you have to share by 2. So I won't yet work out what the answer is. I'll just work out the top line there. +4 over 2, comma. 0 minus 6, well that's just -6, share by 2. And then finally, the last line, the midpoint coordinate will therefore be 4 shared by 2 is 2, and -6 shared by 2 is -3. There you go, there's the midpoint. If you join those two up to get a line AB, the midpoint would have coordinates 2, -3. Let's do one more. So, question number 4. Get rid of all of that. Question 4. Let's say I've got a line, this time I'm calling it xy. I give you the coordinates of x, -2, -7. I give you the coordinates of y, which is -5, 8. And we have to imagine that if we plotted them to get a line xy, joining them up, I want to work out the coordinates of the midpoint. Call it m. So here we go, straight to the answer. The midpoint coordinates are, take the x number of the first point, -2. Take the x value of the second point, -5, and I add them together. Well, if you put -2 add -5, it's the same thing as saying -2 with -5, and you just write them down. It's the same effect. So -2 plus -5 means that. Share by 2 to get their average, or their halfway point. Okay, next you take the -7, which is the y value of the first point, and you need to combine it with the y value of the second point. So you need to say -7 with that, which is a +8. Or if you like, -7 plus the 8. And that's the top line of the second part of the calculation. And you need to find their average, so you share by 2. Okay, this is equal to, so the midpoint will have coordinates. -2 meets a -5. They're both minuses, they join together. So you get -7, okay? Both the same type of army, if you like, -7. Minus army 2, minus army 5, same army, join forces, -7. You're going to share by 2, comma. This one here, a -7 army meets a +8 army. Well, the pluses and the minuses will fight each other, and the pluses have got more. So the pluses are going to win by 1, and you need to share by 2. So -7 plus 8 is 1. Share by 2. This finally here could be written down like this. I will write this next step down because some people prefer to do this. -7 share by 2, you could write -3.5, and a 1 share by 2 is +0.5. But technically speaking, or me on a personal preference, would prefer to leave the answer like that. I wouldn't bother writing that down at all. I would just leave it as minus 7 over 2 and 1 over 2. Okay, there are two very straightforward examples of finding the midpoint of a line if we're given the two extreme coordinates in the first place. And in these two examples I've just done, I've shown you how you deal with negative coordinates. That's the end of this video.